Limerick people voted for this in good faith in 2019. Waterford didn't, and Cork didn't, and I had the deputy for Waterford saying they were going to watch what happens in Limerick. I think it's a poor enough way to be having your aspirations delivered or achieved. There's a total imbalance of power, and the power in this country rests here in central government. But sure, someone said a minute ago, Deputy O'Callaghan, I'm good friends with, that we can ask the Taoiseach and the Taoiseach questions here. But sure, none of the two of them bothered to turn up today at the first day of this session. I think it's an ungracious insult to the people of this country that one of them couldn't be here, or two of them couldn't be. We had our break, and I think it's the first time in the history of the state this happened. But it just goes to show you what they think of this House and they think of the elected people. Getting back to the local authorities, you stripped away the powers of the councillors, stripped them away. And this big plan now for this mayor, whoever she might be, you could allow him to spend 68 or 70,000 or something in expenses to get elected. But I want to say the powers, there's no point in electing a mayor and having the powers, because the simple reason is the LGMA, and they have a place here in Dublin down there on the loose, they are the power base. Local Government Managers Association. We've seen it with the firemen. And I met him again last night in Bray. They're still fighting to get recognition. And the Minister tells us he wants to sort it out. The LGMA won't sort it out. Local Government Managers Association. That's the powerhouse in this country. And they've stripped away the powers that the councils have. And they treat councils, and many of them are good people, but they stripped away the powers the councils have, and they treat councils with absolute, whipping boys and girls. It's shocking. And I think unless that's changed, unless we get back to regional development, regional government, like the mayors here, with proper functional powers. Remember, he's accountable to the people, or she. They can be not kicked out, but the managers can't be. They can't be. And a sad day, Minister, under your government was 2014, when we stripped away, and it was a lamentable day for local government, when we took away the borough district councils, when we took away Minister Phil Hogan, supported by all the EU backbenchers at the time, when we stripped away the borough councils, I said, when we forced Tipperary to be amalgamated. We've now decided, the Boundary Commission, to divide it up in two, because it's too big, it's not functional. You can't function properly. And we forced it together. 40 councils now instead of what we had, and it's just not functional. When we gave away the powers to Irish Water, a most untransparent and a most body that has left Clonmel and 40,000 people with their water in Clonmel for 40 days in this summer. And the wettest summers we had, and we couldn't keep water in the pipes. And they're not accountable. And they won't meet you, they won't talk to you, and they don't know where the pipes are. They really know what the reservoirs are. They told us the reservoir was closed and it was dysfunctional and something wrong with it, but there's no report backing that up. So they're just unaccountable. But that was a sad day for democracy in this country. You mentioned about someone did 100 years anniversary about democracy, but the powers have been stripped away, and we will be putting down amendments here seeking to have proper powers given to this person, and hope to be leadership and a flagship that we will have mayors directly elected in every county, and also they can look after it and have the powers. There's not councils going cap in hand. And now what I've seen since the council amalgamated in Tipperary, every meeting is preceded by a workshop. Workshop. When I was a councillor, we had one workshop here. It wasn't even called a workshop, it was a budget meeting, but behind closed doors. Why are the press being locked out? Why won't Irish Water meet? They had a workshop yesterday for the councillors, and they never discuss that in front of the press. What are they hiding? So we have a lot to make up here in our situation in our country, and we have a lot for people out there that are clamouring to get power back to the people. And that's our job here to demand it, but governments are so guarded and so are the LGMA, and they're not allowed. So I hand over to what? Oh, sorry, you're not going. So, Minister, I was expecting someone else. Look, it's dearly public out there are yearning. Why are we such a poor turnout in local elections in some parts of our country? So I want to salute the councils for the work to do, and the big areas they have now, the workload they have, but I mean, they can't deal with Irish Water, they can't deal with HSE, they can't deal with all these agencies that have been set up to put a buffer between the elected representatives and the people, and that's what it is. And I think it's a lamentable and sad time that in this bill, where there is an opportunity, you were forced to have it because the public demanded it in Limerick, and now you have it 4 years later. It'll be 5 or 6 before it's implemented, but it's no good. It's not worth the pain and the effort. If, as Deputy O'Donoghue said, we're having the budget, but above all, we're having the powers to make decisions and take decisions and take it out of the powerhouse down there off of O'Connell Street, the LGMA. They are running this country, not governments, because ministers then will go in and will be ambitious. And the same here, you're going to have certain officials in this office here, or whoever your successor is, to make sure then steer this new person, mayor, male or female. Same when ministers go in. It's the same as civil servants. And my God, we've seen two more of them getting massive pay increases this week in the housing men getting a huge increase. When you fail to meet any target for the last 12 years in housing. And they have the arrogance to look for a rise. And the minister has the impatience and the audacity to give them that rise. So that's where our power has gone wrong, and completely wrong. And our people are, no wonder they be despondent, no wonder they can see this and people barely able to survive, barely put food on the table, and clothe their families, and live and have a noble aspiration to have a house. And we have this other thing then where you give the bankers the bonuses back, you give now these bonuses or these increases to these people. Who do they think they are? I mean, they're good people in their own way, I'm not knocking that way. They're not worth that kind of money. And if they're delivering it, it should be a barometer as to how they achieve, and maybe have cuts when they don't achieve. Otherwise, we're not going to have any change. No change whatsoever. We're going to carry on our merry-go-round, and 100 years into our freedom, we're back in. These people have the hands on the handlebars of power, and a jackhammer wouldn't get them off it. And that's the way, and with the senior civil servants and with the LGMA. I was down there. I was a part of a committee that were picking three communications committee in the government in 2007 to 11. And I was one of the three people who got to pick it. But when we arrived down there for the interviews, everything was sorted out for us. I happened to be the chair of the interview. Oh, I shortlisted the top 20 official totals. Oh, thank you very much, Sir James. What are we here for? So, and they were all retired senior public servants that were on top. So I turned the box upside down, and we started from the bottom. And we did our job we were supposed to do. But that doesn't happen to us. We never got the opportunity again. So that's where the power is. Deputy